You carry it like a stone in your chest, don't you? The weight of all the versions of yourself you killed before they could breathe. The road you didn't take because you were too scared, too comfortable, too convinced that tomorrow would somehow be braver than today. Listen to me. You've mapped out every single path you were too afraid to walk, every conversation you chickened out of, every risk that felt too risky, every moment when you had the choice between who you are and who you could become, and you chose to stay exactly where you were. And late at night, when the world goes quiet and there's nowhere left to hide, you visit them, don't you? All those ghost versions of yourself, the one who said yes instead of no, the one who moved instead of stayed, the one who spoke instead of stayed silent. I know something about the human condition that will twist your gut. We are creatures designed to remember our wounds 5 times more vividly than our victories. Every rejection burns itself into our memory, while every success fades like morning mist. So you stop trying, you stop reaching, you stop becoming. Each regret is a gravestone, marking where a possibility died. There exists in every human soul what I call the tyranny of the unlived life. That sick feeling in your stomach when you imagine yourself at 70, looking back at all the chances you were too scared to take. Your mind, that beautiful and terrible instrument, floods you with every possible catastrophe while whispering that staying safe is staying sane. But here's the brutal truth that will haunt your dreams. The deepest human suffering comes not from what we do, but from what we don't do. You think you're protecting yourself from pain, but you're actually choosing the worst kind. The slow, suffocating pain of a life unlived. The pain of wondering what if until it becomes too late. What you call your comfort zone is actually a tomb. When you refuse to grow, when you cling to the familiar, something inside you begins to die. The unused parts of your soul atrophy like muscles that never flex. Yet here's the paradox that governs all human growth. Every time you move toward what terrifies you, you become more than what you were. Fear is not your enemy. It's the compass pointing toward everything you're meant to become. We are cursed with what I call loss aversion of the soul. We would rather avoid the possibility of losing what little we have than risk gaining everything we could become. Understand this. Regret is not merely an emotion. It's your conscience speaking. It's your deepest self crying out that your current path betrays your truest nature. It's the voice of who you were meant to be, calling you back home to yourself. The geography of regret only expands if you keep giving it new territory. You think you have time. You think someday you'll be braver. Someday you'll be ready. Someday you'll finally become who you're supposed to be. But someday is the most seductive lie ever whispered to the human heart. Time doesn't make you braver. It makes you more comfortable with your cowardice. Stop mapping territories you'll never visit. Stop collecting regrets like souvenirs from a life you were too afraid to live. The map you're drawing today becomes the life you're living tomorrow. Choose accordingly.